I'm sorry, what the fuck was that?
Be warned, it's intense.
Introduce Beetlejuice. My very first rant on Halloween Review Week has been alive. After I watched The Watcher, that was my reaction at the opening by Vaggie from Haribus Hotel. Hello, spooky everyone, and what the sitch? Just your good old neighbor Nick Hicks, Spider-Verse, and Frozen 2, and Cam Puzzle Fans out of one. Prove me all wrong, but who agreed that Bad Boys White or Peak and KB Movie 2, which is my story fight movie that came out the same day as Bad Boys 4 and The Watcher, which why is way better than The Watcher. More like the boring, because this film was the most boring horror film I ever watched from this year. Well, maybe. It was maybe. Anyway, guys, so let's get started. So, welcome to my another Halloween review week, which I review some horror genre like always. So, today, I cannot believe what the heck I just watched, because I just watched a 1 hour and 48 minute of nonsense. What? Oh, hold on a minute. Yeah, oh, wait. Because I just watched a 1 hour and 42 minute of boringness. Because this film was nonsense, this film was generic, has some generic jump scare, generic story. Everything about this film is just too generic. Sorry guys, so today I am doing my very first rant on Halloween Review Week, which is none other than The Watcher. Came out the year of 2024. So let's get to my thoughts, shall we? Because I don't feel like saying, ooh, let's get this started. So, no, this film don't deserve it. Anyway, let's get started. Anyway, guys, so I was really concerned. I was so curious about this film because you got the actress that she's the voice of young Kim Possible from Stitch and Peak, or Stitch in Time, whatever we call it. But that film is a Peak movie, so cannot wait to celebrate. Cannot wait to celebrate the 21st anniversary of that masterpiece. So maybe I can think about it, but The Return of the King is my favorite film that came out from that year as Stitch in Time. But anyway, guys, so I was really curious I was so curious to watch this film, but honestly, I'm not even bothered to watch this freaking movie in theaters because not a huge fan watching horror films in theaters. Well, yeah, I understand. I watched Beetlejuice in theaters. But here's the thing. It was a horror comedy. So at least a horror comedy I can handle. But in the horror element, in the movie theater, when people are getting scared and freak the crap out, yeah, it can show that I don't watch horror films in theaters and people are all freaking scaredy cat because they didn't know that horror film is fake. Like, the death scene is fake, the blood is fake, everything about the horror film is so freaking fake, honestly. And for the blood, I'll probably they use the Spirit's Halloween bottle of blood, honestly. So that's why they did some blood fake, honestly. So every horror film nowadays, it's all fake. If you want to watch a way horror film, it will have some real aspect. Just go watch the terrifying movie and go watch the Green Inferno. More like the Green Pukiness. It's stupid. Anyway, guys, so honestly, I was so curious to watch this film. After I watched the trailer didn't seem interesting, honestly. And yeah, sure, we got some quiet. Like, come on, this is not a Quiet Place movie. You're supposed to make this film wow, that's stupid. Anyway, guys, so I was so curious to watch this film, but not until the review the review from the critic and the audience give this film thought. And this film, it did pretty bad on Rotten Tomatoes. So let's read it, shall we? The Watcher, PG-13, released on June 7, 2024, the same day as Bad Boys 4 and KB Movie 2. Is a 1 hour and 42 minutes, which once again I waste my 4 hour and 42 minutes of nonsense. And honestly, guys, even this film was so boring that I have to chat with Mature some random stuff because I don't even give a darn about this movie. And this is a horror, survival movie. So this film got a 31% on Rotten Tomato for the critic, and this film got a 51% for the audience. Warner Brothers, you fixed it up. You fixed it up once again. So, guys, so what do I think about The Watcher? I gotta say, but I mean the quote by Vaggie from Harrow's Hotel. I'm sorry, what the F was that? Yeah, that was my reaction when I was after I watched this movie. Because this film, I have no idea if I'm gonna put this film as my worst horror film of the year, but I think The Imaginary is way worse in my opinion. But I might do a rant of that film later on, so stay tuned for that after I get done going out with my mom and grandma. Sorry guys, so yeah, The Watcher was boring, generic, and very dreadful, honestly. Well, dreadful is a very strong word, but all we gotta say, this film is boring and generic. How about that? So guys, The Watcher has got to be one of the second worst horror film of the year behind what Imaginary, because even Imaginary is a way worse horror film because that film has some generic jump scare. Well, this film has some ton of generic jump scare, so we're gonna get that in a minute. Do I have any positive about this film? Well, it might be nice to give this film like a little, not a little harsh rating. At least at least my favorite character of me on Lucy was my favorite character in this film because you do feel bad what she going through, and she's from the same actress that she was in The Cat in Hat 2003, which is the underrated peak movie. I recommend check it out. It's not a masterpiece, but it still has some flaws. But overall, it's an underrated peak movie, so I guess it. But anyway, guys, so at least the actress that she was in The Cat in Hat 2003 as as Sally, was it the younger characters, yeah. Anyway, guys, and she was in Kim Possible's Stitching Time as young Kim Possible, and she was in Caldwine, which is another peak movie. I recommend check it out. It's a masterpiece. Sorry, guys. So I was really curious to see what her performance goes, and I guess that, but she did an alright performance. At least she's way better than most of the character in this freaking movies. And then the last positive I could give for this film, at least the new Line Cinema logo, the Orlo logo that you see from Elf and the Lord of the Ring, the Return of the King. I'm gonna be honest here, but at least that was really childhood memory right there. And thank you so much for Warner Brothers for bringing that back. And David Zavel, you better not remove it, or else I'm gonna be mad as heck. But honestly, that's my positive I could give for this film. The rest of the film was really boring, really generic. Let's talk about the jump scare. I didn't get scared of this freaking movie at all. This film is the most unscary movie. I mean, has to be one of the second most unscary movie of the year because this film have nothing going on. It's just all about jump scare, jump scare, jump scare. Enough making a horror film of jump scare. Jump scare is not even original, it's unoriginal. And the characters. Honestly, guys, even me on Lucy was the only character I can give a crap about this movie. But the rest of the character, like the older lady, the young boy, and of course, the other, African American characters. But I guess, but they're really like a pointless character. They're just there. They're just there to give it screen time. Honestly, they was just there. Honestly. And the cinematography was kind of boring, honestly. It's just like the same old cinematography I can see like a billion times for a horror film these days. And once again, the jump scare was not even that scary because I didn't get jump scare at all. So I didn't give a darn about the jump scare. So screw it. And I'm very sorry you heard the train in the background. So let's get to this rant. Anyway, guys, so the acting, even the actress from The Cat in Hat 2003 as Sally, and of course the young Kim Possible from Stitch and Peak, but the rest of the acting was really god awful, and they deserve a freaking Razzie. So, for worst actor and worst actress and worst supporting actor and worst supporting actress, yeah, they freaking deserve it because they did a terrible job with the performance. So yeah, me on Lucy is the only character I can give a crap about this movie, but the rest of the character and the acting was really cringe, and no, not cringe, but they were really awful, honestly. And the visual effects looked absolutely cheap and lazy because the visual was really lazy because you have a human transform into the bird. I do not want to see it for a freaking horror film, which is really stupid and idiotic. Is it just me, or just this film just completely ripped off the Blair Witch that came out 25 years ago? Are you telling me that you're ripping off one of the most iconic horror films that came out 25 years ago, which, if you want me to do a review of it, I would definitely love to do that. But it won't be until on October 30th, so stay tuned. So are you telling me that you rip off the movie that came out 25 years ago into the most generic horror film that Warner Bros. Ever did for a horror genre? Yeah, this film is a completely rip-off to Blair Witch Project, and Blair Witch Project is way more scary and way more terrifying than The Watcher. And please don't let me get started of the Blair Witch sequel that Black Critic Guy was pointing out, and honestly, I'm not watching a piece of crap, so screw it. And this film was a box office flop, which well deserved because Warner Brothers, you just completely waste our time for this 1 hour and 42 minutes of nonsense. So let's read the box office. The Watcher was a box office and central flop, which honestly, God, there was so many people went to saw Bad Boys Ride or Die, and even that film made a lot more money than The Watcher, honestly. I might do a top 5 movie that flopped the box office, and Joker 2 would be on the list. The film grossed for $33 million worldwide, and with the $19.1 million in the United States and Canada, and $13.9 million in naturally. I get it said, but Warner Brothers, what the heck are you doing? You just completely waste your time. Let's see what the budget is anyway. Hold on a minute, guys. Let me check the budget. I hope this budget don't go too well. So the 2024 horror film, The Watcher, have a $30 million. Another million. Well, not even an extreme as the Joker 2 got, because Joker 2 have a $200 budget, which is really stupid, honestly, at this point. It can show that David Zavel is trying his best to destroy storytelling and make more film generic. Honestly, you better not screw up that movie starting Michael B. Jordan and of course Haley Beautiful Steinfeld. Better not screw it, or else Haley Steinfeld will be mad as crap. And the third act, well, even the first act and the second act was really boring and it made me want to fall asleep. But the third act was really god awful. Sorry guys. And then we have the scene when the one girl was attacking me on Lucy, and of course she transformed into the bird. Once again, I do not want to see that in the freaking horror film. That's not interesting. It's unoriginal. And the ending was absolutely nonsense. So the movie ends when they zoom in the windows, and of course the older lady disguised as a younger self, and boom, the movie was over. I gotta say, but that is the worst ending I ever seen from Warner Brothers for a horror genre. There's nothing to say about this freaking movie. I'm done. So overall, guys, The Watcher, more like The Boring, is a very, very boring movie with a generic jump scare, boring characters. Well, honestly, guys, even me on Lucy was the only character I could give a crap about this movie. At least she care about the situation. But all the characters, they don't even care about the situation it was doing. So this film has some generic jump scare and really unoriginal story, and of course the visual is really lazy, honestly. It's cheap, honestly. And of course, some of the scene is really boring, which once again it was really boring, honestly. And the acting was really Razzie-worthy because this film deserved a Razzie reward. How about that? Not Joker 2, not Borderland, and of course not a Megalopolis. Better not give those 3 films a Razzie, or else I'll be mad as heck and I'll be done with the Razzie big time. Sorry guys, I'm gonna give The Watcher, you know what, let's get to rating here in a minute. So The Watcher has got to be one of the second worst horror film of the year, and this film is on the list on the worst horror film that Warner Brothers ever did in their generation in the horror genre. Sorry guys, I'm gonna give The Watcher, even me on Lucy in the New Line Cinema logo was the only good thing about this movie, but that doesn't mean this film will definitely get the seal of naked garbage. So we're going to show the picture right now. So guys, I'm going to give The Watcher a 2 out of 10. It's an awful movie, and this film definitely deserves a seal of naked garbage, not seal of naked awesomeness, because I am not stupid. So guys, that was my movie rant. on the watchers. So tell me about your opinion on this film on the comment section below. You think it's good, think it's bad, think it's mediocre, think it's best, think it's worse? Comment below and let me know. And stay tuned for my movie review on M. Night Shyamalan Ding Dong movie called Trap, which is a console horror film, and I would definitely watch that. Good, we're gonna get the puzzle for once. So, hey guys, this is Nick Hicks, Spider-Verse, and Frozen 2, and Kim, Puzzle Fans, 2001, signing off.